Hi, folks. I'm Angela with Angela's Crystal Corner, and I'm here for the A.R.E, which is the Association of Research and Enlightenment, founded by Edgar Cayce. I like to think that I'm here for him, and hopefully, we'll have a wonderful time. I want to kind of explain how we do this so you know, for those that are new joining us. I've been asked to share my knowledge of crystals with you, and it's a very open forum, friendly forum. I'm here for Edgar Cayce. I'm very proud to be here for him. He was a prolific psychic who did his readings in a trance-like state, and he did not know what he was saying at the time. He had a secretary that wrote everything down. They're all cataloged at the A.R.E Center in Virginia Beach, and you can search them by subject matter and title. And he was very humble. He was a farmer. He was a Christian, and I just think he was an awesome guy. He helped a lot of people, a lot of charity work, and he got worn out doing all these readings, and he passed away relatively early. But I feel very privileged and blessed, and just wanted to let you know that we don't. This is a judgment-free zone. Crystals are. Some people get really hardcore about their opinions about them, and you will find tons of opinions out there about any particular crystal or use or this or that. And I say take what you like and leave the rest, because I think it should be fun. It's vibrational medicine, vibrational healing. But you're not going to like everything I say, and I don't know everything there is to know about crystals, nor does anyone else. There's too many of them to know everything. And it's your intuition is what matters. If you feel a certain way about a crystal, great. I'm here to go through the basics and just let you know what I know. And please let us know you're here. And also feel free to email me. I put my email address on the introduction, but it's angelscrystalcorner@gmail.com. That's ANGS crystalcorner@gmail.com. I'm happy to talk to you about any crystals or anything else. That being said, tonight we're going to go with clear quartz, which is a very popular crystal, and it's very prolific. You can find it in your backyard usually. It's not always clear. It sometimes is white or not clear, but often it's clear. And it's a very powerful stone. It's something that I don't guide people to very often, because it's multifaceted and it can hold negative energy. It needs to be spiritually cleansed more than other stones because of that. It's a very powerful stone. It can protect you. It can magnify things. That's why you want to make sure what your intention is with it, and keep it spiritually cleansed. We're going to do some spiritual cleansing tonight too, because I try to do that with you as well. When I say cleanse a stone, I'm usually talking about spiritually cleansing as opposed to actual cleaning it. But I'm happy to answer those questions as well. My favorite way to cleanse stones is with Native American smudge or sage. Organic white sage really is what I use. And in this day's environment, sage clears a whole lot of bacteria in the air. The sage smoke does, so it's a good thing to do, and it does the whole house. But for clear quartz, I have a tuning fork and a little thing that I bang that gets it started, and the tone is very pleasant, and it cleanses the whole room and the stones that are in it when you do it. That being said, if a stone is already very cleansed, it doesn't make a whole lot of noise. So, but I start the show with a reading from Edgar Cayce, and then I do some reading about the stones that we're studying. And I'm also doing included quartz today, which is quartz that has inclusions, and that is stones that they grow in the ground. That's how they come to be. They grow in the ground, and they have a vibration. Each one has a vibration that's a healing vibration for us, because they have a higher vibration than we do. So the key is to figure out what makes you feel good, and hold it or meditate with it, or experiment. There aren't any wrong answers. Intention is everything, and really you can put your intention on a stone. But I would say with clear quartz, be careful, and make sure you keep it spiritually cleansed, because it does absorb a lot of energy. So I'm going to start with Edgar Cayce reading. I found one I thought was pretty good. And we're looking at the new year here soon. And I wanted to do clear quartz because let's clear everything. The holidays are really hard for a lot of people, a lot of depression. I suffer from some of that. And, let's just be kind to each other and go easy on each other, because it's a rough time of year, and we've still got people sick, and there's a lot of loss, and I can feel that. And I want to start with a stone that's pretty powerful that we can clear things. So um, the reading I wanted to read from Edgar Cayce, and this is a book that is a compilation of his readings. It's a pretty old book, but it gives us some information that's pretty interesting. Should I carry these stones on my person, and how may I know through meditation the message they would give me? This is one of his people asking him a question while he's in this trance. He says, "Carry on the person if necessary, and how may ye know? These do not give the messages. These only attune self to the Christ consciousness that may give the message. Listen to no message of a stone, a number, if even of a star, for they are but servants of the Lord and Master of all, even as thou." So basically, he felt that they had a vibration that could offer some subtle healing. And I tell people all the time, they're not really a replacement for modern medicine if you need real medicine. However, they can bring some joy and peace to you as needed. And let's show you some crystals. How about that? I know you like them. And I'll start with one. I think I've shown you this one before, but we're talking about inclusions. This is clear. It's clear quartz. Clear quartz is rarely all the way clear. And if you find one that is, it may or may not be real. You never know. There's an inclusion in this one. As far as inclusions go, I love them because it looks like you're just looking at a little city or a little place, and there's so many things to see and look at there. And this appears to me to be hematite, which generally appears as red or like a rust color in quartz. And we don't know for sure what it is unless we test it. But if you deal with stones a lot, you can tell sometimes, and usually it's hematite. But I was going to tell you, glass is very clear. A good way to tell if a stone is real or not is minerals are cold to the touch, no matter what. Unless you've been holding one for a long time in your hand, it is cold to the touch compared to glass or plastic. That's almost always a telltale sign if it's real or not. Not all are real, not all are cold, most are. And that's a good way to tell. Also, if you see clear quartz that has bubbles in it, that's probably glass. And again, you can feel it. And I'll give you some tips about looking for stones too when you go to the shows and things. At any rate, I'm going to try to cleanse this and see if we get any noise out of it. I think I've done it pretty recently because I love this stone. It's just fun to hold, but we'll see. Oh yeah. And you can see that I'm not touching it. It's not too dirty though, because it's making more noise around that hematite than it is anywhere else. But anyhow, that tone cleanses the stone and anything around you too. And then as far as showing you different formations, like this is a scepter. This is a polished and cut piece, but it's called a scepter because they do find scepters in the growth patterns as well. But this is just a little cut scepter that I think is really pretty. Let's try that. Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to touch it. You don't want to touch it because that doesn't give you that real tone. But this has got a good one. I haven't cleaned this one in a while. I'm sorry. I'm trying to master the camera while I'm talking to you. And if you ask questions, I'm going to try to answer them. If I don't get to them today, I will get to them in the coming days. It's still ringing, actually. That's great. This is a little baby tabular. I love to hold stones like this when I'm meditating because they resonate, they really do. A lot of people wear clear quartz. Oh, that's a good one. They wear clear quartz in going to places for protection. But because they so much absorb negative stuff and they amplify things, that's not my choice. My choice is black stones for that kind of thing. But again, whatever resonates with you is fine. And one of the uses of stones is they say to set an intention with it, an intention, like whatever you want to use it for. So clear quartz is definitely one that holds that pretty well. So it's known to hold that pretty well. So if you want it to help you clear yourself or protect yourself or whatever it is you want it to do, then you set that intention with it. This is a little double-ended one, very powerful piece that has a lot of growth on it. In the end, has actually sprouted up more crystals. Not with me, but I'm just saying in its time in the cave wherever it was grown or found. They're all underground and they're usually mined. But sometimes they break off and they self-heal and they self-develop these other points, which I think is really cool. This is another very powerful one for meditating for me anyway. And to use one for meditating, you just hold on to it while you're meditating. And, again, give it your intention. And that's got a little twin back there. I don't know if you can see it. It's hard to see with that light shining on it. Anyhow, very pretty. But inclusions are some of my favorite things to look at. One thing I do want to show you is a skull. I have a quartz skull. It does have some inclusions. It's got some things in there. I don't know what they are for sure. There's a bit of green, and I'm sure some of it could just be dirt. But this is a beautiful carved quartz skull. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of talk about the skulls that were found somewhere. And nobody knows for sure where they were. Talk of Atlantis and Mayan history, that kind of thing. But there is some lore to skull, crystal quartz, the clear quartz skulls that have been found and bought up, and they're in museums, etc. That they hold all the information of whenever they were, formed or carved, because they're carved. This one's not too bad. I think I cleaned him recently. At any rate, there are some people out there, I've read some things about people that read their, feel their vibration and can see what they have to say. All I know is I like the stones, and I like touching them and holding them, and I don't take them so seriously that I'm not open-minded to other things. Some people don't believe anything about stones, and that's okay. You probably wouldn't like this show to listen to the things that I see and that Edgar Cayce saw, which is their ability to help you to elevate your vibration. I will tell you this, when I have people here to look at stones, and you can email me to come do that, when we go around touching them, we get high because our vibration raises pretty well, and it's pretty interesting to watch. Okay, this is a beauty twin that has inclusions in it. You can see the hematite in there. It's got partially a raw back, but from the front you can see the beautiful hematite. I'm trying to hold it so you can see the color inclusion. Beautiful piece though, isn't it? Just gorgeous. There we go. And when you hear the tuning fork on it, this is tuned apparently for quartz. This is something that people do see and think, oh, there really is something to this. There must be a vibration there if they respond to a tuning fork like that. So, I don't know. I find them to be very wonderful in my life. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, here's a big round one. This has an inclusion, and I don't know what it is, but you can see it up at the top. It's kind of rusty looking, but it's no way to tell what that is exactly. But I love to look through these stones and look at their beautiful flash and the things internally and the things that grew with them when they grow. That's what I mean by included quartz. Oh, and I put a picture on the event of my favorite. And this is it. This is clear quartz that's included with epidote, which is green normally. I've only seen it green normally. That is hematized and turned somewhat red. But when you look at it, and you can see it in that picture, you can blow that picture up and see, it's like a little city in there, which I just find so fascinating. I find them all so fascinating. I can't believe this is Mother Nature. This is polished, of course, but it's Mother Nature. This isn't man-made. This is nature-made, God-made. So I find this very interesting. And then we have, I wanted to show you this too. When you're looking at clear quartz, this is an ancient piece because it's kind of smoky looking. I don't know if you can see, there's a phantom. This is what's called a phantom. You see the phantom image in there that kind of is the same shape of the original piece? That's called a phantom. And you see that in some quartzes and anything that's clear like that, you can see a phantom in it. This is one of my favorite pieces because it's so old that it is brownish, and it's not a smoky quartz. It's a clear quartz. It's just old, and I love old things. I just think they have so much value, including people, by the way. As for inclusions, oh, this is one of my favorites. This is see the little red circle? I got this one because of that. I just love that little circle in there. I don't know what it is. I would assume it's hematite. I don't know, but I just think it's really cute. Let's see if it needs to be cleansed. Right. Around the hematite, it's a lot louder. That's really cool. Um, hmm. And then I have like a double terminated piece. These are supposed to be very powerful. The 2 points, the formation of that is supposed to make them more powerful. This one's not too bad. I will say I respect all stones. I think they all have their own special power. Little snail, a carved snail. I have a lot of little carved pieces that I think are really cool. I don't have many skulls. They're, I don't know. I just don't want a house full of skulls. I don't think they're negative. I don't think there's anything negative about them. I feel like they're powerful, right? So I do have a lot of clear quartz around too, but, I don't have a lot of skulls. This is an included clear quartz. It's included with black tourmaline. A lot of black tourmaline, actually, which I love black tourmaline. That's a good protective stone. And my ring is also included. It's clear quartz with included black tourmaline. My friend John O'Kelly makes those. He makes beautiful jewelry of all kinds of stones. Oh, yeah. Okay. Some of my favorite, I love hematite. I don't know why. I just do. This is a smaller clear quartz point, and it's got hematite in it. It almost looks like rose quartz, but it's not. It's clear quartz with hematite striations in it, which I just think are beautiful. One of my favorite. I don't know why I like hematite so much. I just do. I just trust my instinct with that, And there'll be books that'll tell you 25 different things about hematite and what it might do. And with clear quartz, it's the same. But clear quartz is generally known as a master stone. It's a master healer, a master manifester. It's a magnifier, and it's a protector. Let's try this one. No, that's not too bad. Trying to give us some spiritual healing here with some of these tones. Although I cleanse a whole lot around the house, especially with saging, and it tends to clean everything pretty well. Let's see. That had something in it I saw earlier. Oh, right there. Yeah, there's a red dot in there. That's probably hematite as well. I love clear quartz by itself, but I find it interesting to look at the different things in there. And this is a big one. That's like the one I just showed you. That's a big clear with hematite pieces in it. We'll try the fork with this one too. Oh yeah. Oh, that's good. I love the pink, the beautiful wispy pink. There we go. Oh wow. I've been needing to clean this one, I guess. I haven't cleaned it in a while. Anyhow, thank goodness. Here's an ancient tabby. I like the tabular formation. That's kind of rare. You don't see that a lot, but there are other pieces on here. These are ancient stones, and they have all kinds of markers, record keepers. The little lines are called record keepers. You can see those lines. And they are said to maintain and keep all the energies of everything they've been through. And some, like the skulls, are supposed to keep the information that are programmed in there from way back when. So it's very interesting to me, the whole thing is. Here's another one with a little cross piece on it, which I think is interesting. Little cross piece. And these are natural. These are natural stones. They aren't carved this way. They're found this way. You can kind of tell when something's been polished as opposed to it being natural. This is another one. I believe this is an Arkansas stone. Tons of clear quartz is found in Arkansas, believe it or not. Also Brazil, also Madagascar. This is a beauty little three-piece, three-pointer. It's got a tabby on it, actually on the front. There we go. The video I'm not used to because it's kind of backwards from where you actually think you are doing. Oh, I was going to show you my other favorite little pieces. Here's a teeny one. Now that's chlorite included. That's green. It's a green type of thing. And I started out really loving these little ones, and I still do. Chlorite is supposed to bring you close to the earth because it's green, I guess. And then we have one of my favorite things called an amphibole quartz, which is AMPHIBOLE. It's also known as an angel wing. or angel feather or rooster tail. Stones have a bunch of different names, but they're essentially a clear quartz with a burst of red and feathery material in them. This one is not polished on the bottom, and it's hard for you to see how pretty it is right here. It's one of my favorites. It's actually like a phantom in there of pinky stuff. And then let's see. Okay, another one that we call sands of time or lodolite. Again, many names for the same thing sometimes. This is a smoky quartz that is got like a little mound of sand in it. And a long time ago, I always heard it called sands of time. Now it's being sold as lodolite. And I've told you before, the little beveled edge on the bottom shows that it's been polished in Brazil. It's probably a Brazilian found stone as well. But Brazilians do beautiful polishes as opposed to some that you see that don't have that. Like this one is just, there's no beveled edge to the bottom of it. It's a beautiful stone. I still love it, but it'd be better if it had the beveled edge and it was shiny. It's not even shiny on the bottom. You find a lot of those stones now. You don't find as many that are beautifully polished like that. That's the one I just showed you. Oh yeah. Here's another one that's got the little. This is an amphibole. Usually when it's like a red flame kind of look, they call it amphibole quartz. And I am in love with those. I have a bunch of them, but they're all small. You don't find those in very large pieces. Okay, here's a nice sands of time that has that big piece of sand in there that you can look at and explore and examine. And I would think because they are different things in there, different minerals than the original quartz, that they have added benefit or more added power maybe. Um, I'm just attracted to them because I love to look at the little cities that are in there. This is chlorite included again. It's like a little cloud of green. I love looking at that. Okay, one more I wanted to show you. I wanted to give you a hint. This looks like an iceberg. It's very, very pretty, isn't it? I went to a show. I go to the gym shows every once in a while here. GEM shows. The actual shows are twice a year. Beautiful because the local rock clubs are there. They'll polish things for you. You'll find all kinds of things to look at. But you have to know what you're doing because some of the prices are not good. I'd say the smaller items are very good. This price was very good. And I didn't notice this, but I find this in buying spins sometimes. This had been broken and repaired. And you can barely, there you go. You can see that little edge right up here where it was broken. Broken completely in two and repaired. It was a good repair job because I didn't notice it at the time. Believe me, I'm a lot more careful now. I got a really good price on it. I should have known. That's why I got that good price. Um, okay, there's another inclusion. It's a yellow, like a sunshine. I call that a sunshine piece because that looks like a sun right there. And it's probably hematite and something else. I don't know what, but I like it. And here's a cluster with some black inclusion. I don't know what that is, but it's gorgeous. They're all natural. They're found this way. This is a natural cluster. It's found this way. These were not carved and polished. Okay, so let's see how much time we have. We have a little bit of time. I want to look and see if there's any questions I can answer real quick, and then I'm going to go. We're going to pull a card and read that too. The fork did not come with a number. It's a Jonathan Goldman quartz tuned fork, and I never have found a number on it, so I don't really know. And I've looked it up before, so I have not seen that. Let's see. Edgar Cayce mentioned 3 crystals for third eye opening. What are they? I don't know. I don't have a master knowledge of every reading he gave on crystals. I try to find things in this book that kind of resonate with what we're talking about, but I don't know everything he said. He's so prolific. There's so many, readings out there. I'm not familiar with that one. And I will answer these questions when I get a chance after the show, probably. Hi from Chesapeake. Hi, Nina. You're close. Let's see. Okay. Thank you, Sissy. Happy holidays to you, too. again, we try to be an open forum and have fun, and I just don't want anybody to feel that this is difficult. It's not difficult. It's what you make of it, and I I like for people to enjoy crystals and not be too judgy and too opinionated about them, because a lot of people are, and they're not. I think they're meant for us to just enjoy and use them in a maybe a godly manner, according to Edgar Cayce from some of the readings anyway. Okay, so we also pull a card because I feel like just naturally, intuitively, I'm going to pull something that resonates with us because it always seems to resonate. And I want us to have a nice new year and a clean slate, a clear, clean slate. Oh, this is a little Buddha temple that I have. It's clear quartz as well. But let's have it clean and start anew and start afresh and start with forgiveness and being easy on ourselves for this stressful time of year and everything we're going through, including the holidays. Okay, so I pulled turquoise, and I daily crystal inspirations turquoise, and I go to the book to tell you what it says, which is in the back here. Where's the book? Well, I don't see the book. Oh, here it is. I see it. Okay, so for turquoise, we'll see what it says about it. It's a little interesting because it's not really about the stone. It goes a little deeper than that, I think. So for turquoise, it says, take your health into your own hands. Take your health into your own hands. The first step to identify what your body needs. Everyone is unique. So your health journey recognizes self-reflection to discover what will make you feel your best. That could have to do with our new year. We need to watch ourselves and get healthy. Everybody has those resolutions, but again, don't be hard on yourself with those. I think we just need to be kinder in general. And I wanted to read one more thing out of another book about clear quartz, just to kind of back up what I was saying. And there are many, many books out there on stones, and they all have different thoughts on them. Take what you like and leave the rest. Some of it's accurate to me and some of it isn't. I just kind of use my own judgment and figure it out from working with stones, what feels right to me. For clear quartz, primary uses: amplifies energies, cleanses spaces, works like a master healer to help with any type of healing, increases energy, cleanses and charges crystals, provides protection. I don't know about the cleansing and charging crystals part because it holds energy so fast and it holds your intention so fast that I would be reluctant to trust that other crystals are cleansed around it. So I just cleanse everything. I think the only thing I trust to cleanse other crystals would be natural citrine. It's known to do that, and selenite. But I've never heard of clear quartz cleansing other crystals. It's too powerful. It holds too much energy. But let me see if there's any more questions, because we still have a few more minutes. Hi from Scotland. Oh, so glad you could be here. I don't want to butcher your name. McIlroy. I think maybe your first name is Alan. McIlroy. I think I might have said it right. The Crystal Encyclopedia is pretty extensive. Yes, I know there are books that have extensive knowledge there, and I have met geologists and people that should know a lot that don't really always know things either. Again, I find things in books that should be accurate that are not from my experience. Familiar with pink quartz? Says Janice. Janice, I don't know of any pink quartz, but rose quartz. Rose quartz is pink, and it's a very lovely stone. It's a love stone, and I think it's very. It brings love. It gives love. It kind of circles love back and forth. It's one of those things. Oh, Christine from Yorkshire, UK. Thank you for joining. I'm so glad you could be here. Does a singing bowl? This is Sodaya de Peor. Does a singing bowl have the same effect if you don't have a tuning fork? I don't really know about that. I think that, intention is everything. I think cleaning bowls do have a beautiful tone. I guess you would probably, I can look it up, but I don't think that it would relate to the same as a tuning fork as it relates to the quartz, because it's going off of the quartz to make the noise as opposed to the bowl. but I don't know why it wouldn't. I don't know why a bowl wouldn't cleanse with a beautiful tone. You know, I don't really think there are any wrong answers with that. Let's see. Okay. I will write you guys later on as well for anything else I see, and you can also write me even after the show, and I'll answer you as much as I can throughout the week. We have the show on the fourth Tuesday of every month from 6 to 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, and I'm so glad you could be here. I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed it, and peace and love to you, and may God be with you.